I have watched people that I love make not great decisions according to their health, and it has shortened their life. And I don't want that to happen to me, and I don't want it to happen to other people that I love. But that's really hard when I have some answers to help someone level up that, to watch people just make those decisions because it's difficult. And when you love someone, what do you want? You want them to live an amazing life.
Welcome to Locala Podcast. My name is Jay, and I'm your guest host for today. Every week, we focus on the power of human connections and the storytelling. Before we move forward with this conversation, I would like you guys to hit subscribe and like to this channel. So today, I will be interviewing Amber Toole, who is the curator and founder of the Toole Training, which is a fitness and nutrition company here in Locala. She has a passion to teach and mentor people in their fitness journey. She has a background in teaching and coaching in sports, tennis, volleyball, and a few other things. But she does have a passion for teaching. And today we're going to hone into that. We're going to lean into that. We're going to get to know you as a person and some of the things that you do here in Locala. So please, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jay. I'm so excited to be here, and I really appreciate being asked to be interviewed. So let's get into it.
Yes, I'm excited to be here as well. So tell me, how did this journey begin? Where did you get into teaching? Where did you get into, your fitness journey, your personal fitness journey, and how did that transcend into teaching people in the fitness world?
Well, Jay, way back when I was in high school, I worked at the local gym in my town. I'm from a very small town in Georgia called Vidalia, and I worked at Serendipity Health and Fitness. I was the front desk girl, and as I was working there, I started to dabble a little bit in the weight training, and one day, the regular instructor for what we called back then the aerobics class was sick, and they asked if I could fill in. Now, here I am, 16 years old. I know nothing about teaching classes, and I go up there and I teach the class, and it really lit a fire in me to want to start teaching aerobics. Now we call it group exercise. So I did. I taught a little bit while I was in high school. When I went into college, then I actually went to get a job, and they said, well, you need to be certified to do this. So I went and got my AFA certification, and I started teaching in college, and I never stopped.
That is amazing. So fast forward, now you have the Toole Training Academy. Let us know a little bit about what that is and when did you start that business?
All right. So the Training Toole is my business. We are local here in Ocala. When I started it back in 2002. I got my personal training certification, and I was still teaching high school back then. Actually, my degree is in physical education and health, and I was teaching at Forest High School. And what I did is I started training people before and after school. Most of them were teachers that I worked with. We had a fitness facility there at Forest, and it started to grow from there. I started working in a local gym, and I started training people in their homes. So in the beginning, I was a mobile personal trainer. I did everything in the parks around town, in people's houses, at their businesses. And then it started to grow, and I got super busy, and I quit teaching high school. So I went into doing the Training Toole full time. And in 2016, I was able to open in a small brick and mortar, and we have grown since then into the location where we are now on Lake Weir Avenue.
What is the goal with that? We know the intention. We know you have a passion. I mean,
yes.
Even you sitting here, you have this energy that's just amazing. And I could tell that people would just love to be next to you, your presence. So what is the goal with the business? What is your intention with that?
I'm glad that you asked, because it has changed throughout the past 21 years that I've been doing this. And now I have a team that works with me. So I coach and train other people to become personal trainers and fitness professionals. So one of the biggest passions that I have in this is education of my clients, education of other people, education of other trainers. And my really big, huge goal that I would love to get to would to be to own a massive facility where we actually helped people with all aspects of their health. So we would have a meal prep company in there. We would have the fitness. We would have the coaching, the life coaching. We would have a massage therapist. We would have a physical therapist. We would just be able to help people in all aspects of their health. That's the really big, huge, way away goal for right now. But what I'm working on now is helping to coach up and train other fitness professionals to grow my business and for us to get into a bigger facility, a little bit larger location than where we are now.
Yeah, that is amazing. That is amazing. That space, that industry is so saturated, right?
It is.
Yes. How did you separate yourself from what everybody else is doing? And when it comes to health, there's so many different things. Even in the health industry, we practice medicine today, right? We still don't really know. So a lot of people have theories when it comes to the body, when it comes to food.
Right.
And a lot of the food that we know as a healthy food, it's really not that healthy.
So here's the thing, how we are different from just going into a big box gym here or somewhere else. And any of the people that work out with us, that train with us, that are part of what we call our Training Toole tribe, they will tell you this and yell it from the rooftops. We are so different in how we work with our clientele. So when you come in with us, we don't just throw you into a class or say, oh, hi, Jay, come in, take this class, enjoy yourself, bye, whatever. We actually get to know our clients. We know about them. We know about any injuries or issues that they have. And we actually specialize what we're going to do, even though it's a group class. If I know you're in there and you have an ankle issue, if we're doing something that I know might bother your ankle, I'm going to say, Jay, this is your exercise you're doing today. You're not doing this because of your ankle. So we're very specific in helping our clients. We don't want anyone to get injured, and we also want them to get amazing results. And that's going to be a little bit of a different process for each person. So we're not just fitness and nutrition. We also coach and we help our clients understand. If you come into me with this goal, I'm going to talk you through that, but I'm going to give you the information that I know from all of these years of experience and all of the research that I read and do and the classes that I sit in to help you be able to get to your goal appropriately for you. And that accountability is a big piece of the puzzle. You can go in and work out anywhere, right? And if you show up at the gym, okay. If you don't, most of the time, nobody's checking in on you. We don't do that where I am. We actually call or text and say, hey, you missed class today. Are you okay? We check in with our clients. We give them that accountability. We help them with their motivation. And then the other piece is we educate them. So you're going to understand why we do what we do. And you don't get that in most places you go in. You're just there to work out. We aren't just about working out. We actually want you to have a training program that's specific for you to help you get to your goals.
So you design specific packages that align with the person and the results that they want.
Right.
That is amazing. So we understand the business part and how passionate you are. We want to get to know you as a person now.
Okay.
What has the journey been? Just in life in general, right? We all have, aspirations to do great things, and you have a passion to help people and empower people in their fitness journey. But we go through life, and it doesn't always seem like a linear road.
Not at all.
We go through some trials and tribulations. So what did it take to get to this point?
Woo! It took a lot, Jay. And there were a lot of bumps in the road. It's not always easy. Being a business owner is pretty tough, and sometimes what I say is lonely because sometimes people don't really understand what you're going through and all of the stress and everything that's just piled on top of you. So starting out, I've always loved sports. I played softball and basketball when I was younger. I was a cheerleader in high school. I was on the dance team in college when I went to Georgia Southern University. So I was always pretty active. I also was surrounded by people in my family who weren't very healthy and who had, health issues, struggled with their weight. And I just picked up on those things as I was growing up, just hearing things that they said and seeing things that they did. And there was just something in me that always wanted to help people to be healthy and to know how to get to the place that they wanted to be. So playing sports and having amazing coaches was great. Then I went into physical education and health in college. So again, I was surrounded by more coaches and fabulous teachers who really gave me the motivation to keep going. And actually, I need to talk about in high school, one of my teachers, Mrs. Woodruff, she was my PE teacher. She taught us really neat things. She just didn't make us run around the gym. All right. So she motivated me and was always so just positive with the things that I was doing. When I tried out for cheerleading, she was there. She gave me, some great information and feedback. And then I was like, I want to be a PE teacher. So starting out, going into PE, of course, you're going to be asked to be a coach. So I coached things at Forest High School. I coached tennis, I coached volleyball, I coached cheerleading. And during that time, I loved teaching. And I'm in PE and health, so I'm still teaching people how to be healthy. I'm teaching these kids how to be healthy. But then as I started training people, that was really where my heart was. I really wanted to train people. I started to not enjoy teaching as much, and I wanted to transition. So it was really a growth and a learning of new skills as I went along. Even when I started out my business, the Training Toole, I never thought I wanted to have a studio like I do now, but I had to learn skills and I had to grow as a person and realize what I needed to do to be able to take that next step. So it's been a lot of growth, a lot of change, a lot of tears, a lot of trying to get to where I want to be. And I have to say that great coaches in my life have helped me to get to where I want to be.
Yeah, that's super important.
Yes.
Who you hang out with.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you have in your ear all the time?
Yes.
It literally can help or hurt you.
Absolutely.
Right? You talked about your journey, having a passion to want to coach and teach. There was a time in 2020 where the world was shut down, right? That must have been difficult because you have a brick and mortar.
Yes.
You have to close down shop. How were you able to maintain and get past that?
I'm going to tell you that we were so very blessed in 2020, and we actually grew. And to tell you that whole journey from when that happened, so I have to give you a little background. I have to give my husband and his business partner big props because they gave me a little space in their office to begin my brick and mortar. So when 2020 happened, I had gone from a very small room. They let me knock down a wall and I made the room a little bit bigger. And we get the news that we're going to have to close down. Well, I thought, my clientele cannot spend, in the beginning, we were told it was going to be 2 weeks, and then it was 4, and then it was 6. So I'm like, you guys cannot sit around for 2 and 4 weeks and do nothing. So luckily I had already been online a little bit I'd used Zoom, and I said, we are going on Zoom. We will still personal train people on Zoom. We will teach all of our classes. My head trainer, Heather, I was like, listen, she does behind the scenes work with video stuff. And I said, you're going to have to get on Zoom because we have to teach classes. We cannot stop teaching. And we taught all of our clients how to use Zoom. So I got on Zoom with them. I was on the phone. I would say, click this button, do this, do this. We got everybody organized and we went completely online. We kept almost all of our clients. We had a few that didn't want to do it. That was okay. It was like, all right, but the majority of them still showed up. We would do pop-up classes throughout the day because everybody was at home. We'd be like, lunchtime yoga. We would just add in extra stuff. And we kept people accountable and motivated and moving during that time. It was stressful. So the last thing they needed to do was sit around and do nothing. We were like, no, you need to relieve this stress and keep up with your fitness while you're going along. So I think we even did a little challenge. We did like pictures and measurements at the beginning, and we did them at the end to make sure that, you didn't gain any weight or go crazy while we were all sitting at home being stressed out. So right before we were about to open up, I had been looking at this bigger space. I called them and I said, is it still available? And they said, yes. So I signed the lease and we moved everything over there. And when we opened back up in May of 2020, we opened in our new location in Courtney Business Plaza.
Let's go.
Yeah. So we grew, and praise God. Thank you, Lord, that we were able to stay working and keep our clientele.
Yeah. I love that. Champions adjust.
Yeah.
So you got into the digital world because you was forced to.
Yes.
And I think during that time, people started to become more health conscious.
Oh, yes.
Which is great for someone like you who's in that industry who can teach and help people become healthier. I think that's the overall goal. So what is life like aside from business? Like, who are you as a person? What do you do? What do you do for fun? What do you like to do? Are you here from Ocala?
Actually, no. I'm from Vidalia, Georgia. So that's where I was born and raised the majority of my life. I did move around a little bit when I was younger, but we came back and I finished high school there. I went to Georgia Southern University, and go Eagles. And then I moved to Ocala, and that was in 99. So as soon as I graduated, I loved Florida. I just wanted to come to Florida. And I went to this event called the Great Florida Teach-In to interview for teaching jobs. I met George Tommen there, and he offered me a job here at Forest High School. So I got to work with him and really loved that time. I taught school for 8 years. But I've been in Ocala now more than half of my life. So
you an Ocalian.
Yeah, I know. I kind of, it's my second home for sure. And I met my husband here and we got married. He's also not from Ocala, so we're both transplants, but it's been great for both of our businesses. We're both business owners and we love it here.
That is amazing. I own a business as well, and I know how difficult it can be. Life can get in the way, and it does get lonely in the top.
Mm-hmm.
Did you envision your life being where it is today?
No, I really did not think at one point in my life, I did not think that I wanted to own a studio. I thought it was way too stressful. But when the opportunity presented itself, it was, like I said, I had learned skills and I had to grow and stretch myself. And you can't be great in life if you don't have challenges and you aren't forced to grow. So I don't want to be that person that just sits around and is like, oh yeah, this is comfortable. I want to stay in my comfort zone. That in life and in fitness, in your health journey, if you stay in your comfort zone, you're never going to go to the next level. And I don't want to be that person.
Preach. I love that. Why is health so important?
I can tell you, for me, a big reason why it's so important. Let's hope I don't cry. You're going to try to make me cry, Jay. I have watched people that I love make not great decisions according to their health, and it has shortened their life. And I don't want that to happen to me, and I don't want it to happen to other people that I love. But that's really hard when I have some answers to help someone level up, that, to watch people just make those decisions, because it's difficult. And when you love someone, what do you want? You want them to live an amazing life. You want to spend as much time with them as you can. And being focused on your health can potentially lengthen that time that you have with them.
Yeah. I think those moments of trials and tribulations, they give us exposure.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And it's what we do in those moments that we can take, to be able to help other people. And I think that's what you have done. You get emotional because you have been through some things. And I think we all have.
Yeah.
We all go through, what I say all the time is defining moments. And I'm sure you have plenty in your life. And those can be make or break situations.
Yes.
But the energy that you have, the who you are as a person, what would you tell yourself if you could go back in time to those moments of challenges, those moments of not knowing what the next move would be?
I think the biggest thing, going back to those times, is that you can't change anybody else. The only person that you can change is yourself. And so, and I'm learning this probably a little too late in life, but just to be able to let go and let people live the life that they feel like is right for them. Still very difficult, especially with what I do, because if I could do it for people, I would, and I see so many people struggle and fight that same battle over and over again when I'm like, you've got the information. I've told you what to do. Just do it. But you have to be able to back off and allow people to get there themselves. And that can be very difficult when you want to control that. So I have to really stop that control.
I'm the same way. I have a heart to serve. I want to help everybody. But not everybody wants to be helped.
Right.
And sometimes it's hard to let go because you feel like you have been through some things and you have kind of like the roadmap where people can avoid these pitfalls and stuff like that. So I learned that you have to let people be people. Mm-hmm. And for me, I think our only mission in life is to become the best version of ourselves.
Right.
Everything else is just an assignment.
Yes.
And so do you believe this is your assignment? This is your calling?
Oh, for sure. This is what I've been called to do. There's no doubt in my mind because of every door. It's not always easy. Don't take it that way. But all of the doors open for me in the direction that I need to go. And I obviously believe in God, and I feel that He's shown me my path pretty easily. Funny that when I was younger, I said, I want to own a gym. And my family was like, no, that's not a great career path. But that's really where I've transitioned to. And so this is where I'm flourishing. I'm doing well. And I just want to continue to grow and make it bigger and spread the word, the truth about health and fitness and nutrition, because there's so much noise out there that's wrong and that's leading people in the wrong direction. And I want to get people in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, the industry that you're in, what we say is there's a bag in there. You can monetize that in a way that's very lucrative. So anybody who sees that can just put out misinformation. And you feel like you're going back and have to, reprogram people's mindsets and restructure their eating habits and all these things. You strike me as a person who pours into people all day long.
Yes.
Like you always want to pour. Mm-hmm. Who's pouring into you? And in those times of, hardships, how do you move forward?
Well, my husband, Rick, is really a great support system for me. So
shout out to him.
Shout out to Rick. Yeah. He puts up with the crazy and the crying and he is a fantastic business mind. So he helps me a lot with the business information. He's also somebody that, I can go to and I say, all right, honey, I'm in my feelings and I need you to help me work through this, because he is so great at separating feelings from business. And he's like, this is business. You need to pull your feelings out of it. So he's really great at helping me with that for sure. So I lean a lot on him. And I also have a mastermind that I'm in. So I have some business coaches and they've been great as well. And also some of those people in my mastermind that are in the same industry that I am. Sometimes we can bounce things off of each other. You need somebody to just talk the day out. And then my team that works with me at the Training Toole, I have amazing women who are a part of my team. And so we get together and I can, go over things with them. And sometimes just Heather really gets a lot of the she and I go back and forth with that because she understands the business too. She and I do a majority of the work. So she has to listen to me complain.
I learned early that you have to detach your emotions from business. If you don't, you're going to go through some hardships and you're going to take everything personal.
Yes.
Do you take everything personal?
I can at times, because you have to remember that I created this, and people, when they come in, they aren't just a dollar sign to me. They mean something to me. I'm concerned for them. I'm concerned for their health. I want them to come in and feel loved and enjoy their time in our space. So it is hard when somebody says they're quitting or they don't like it. It's almost like, oh no, it's a knock against me. But you have to realize that people have their own things going on, and not everything is about you. So I am getting better about that. But there are the moments, there are the times that I have to go and talk to Rick and say, help me work through this. And I think too, with females, we tend to be a little bit more emotional. My husband's a little bit more rational, so he balances me out with that.
Yeah, that is amazing. What is the best piece of advice you've ever gotten?
Oh, it won't be easy, but it'll be worth it.
What does that mean to you?
Oh, gosh. Well, actually, somebody told me that when I got married. But it really is a great quote for life, because even like when I work with people, if you're going to come in and I'm going to work with you, I'm going to coach you through changing your nutrition habits. I'm going to ask you to do workouts and things that are hard for you. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to change. Change is difficult for people. People do not want to change. We like to be comfortable. But yes, but like I said, if you stay in your comfort zone, you're never going to grow and be greater than what you are. You have to push out of that. And it's not going to be easy. There's going to be tears. You're going to be mad. You're going to have soreness. You're not going to want to eat fish and chicken and brown rice and broccoli potentially for dinner, but you're going to have to do it. And you just have to take those moments and say, is this leading me towards my goal, or is it leading me further away from my goal, my choices in life? So what choice am I going to make here?
Yeah, that is amazing. You have a whole lot of gems. Are you big into personal development? And
oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I found a passion for learning. I love to learn, and I love to share that. And I guess that's where, I got introduced to like coaching and mentoring and creating programs and stuff like that, because I've always want to give, right?
Yes.
I think that's our purpose in life, is to be able to help and give other people just not even advice, because I'm not a person of advice. And one of the things that I find in this industry is a lot of people want to give advice sitting from the couch, like sitting down, right? For me, when I first heard about like coaching and the industry, I had a bad connotation.
Right. Because
I can recite anything that I hear. I can recite a story that I read in a book, but who was actually doing the work?
Yes.
And that's just what separates the good from the greats. And the reason I asked the question earlier is because I wanted to get into the mind of who Amber is as a person. So we're gonna head out in a second. I want to ask you one last question. There's someone who is sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yes.
They're a little overweight. They may have some, health issues, but they have this innate feeling that they want to change, and they kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
But they don't know where to begin.
Okay.
How can Amber and the Toole training help someone like that?
So, first off, if this is you and you are in that place where you want to make a change, start small. Every better choice you make is a better choice. And I would say focus on your health. Let all the other things go. A lot of times people come to me, they want to lose weight. I get that, but stop focusing on that. Focus on, is this going to increase my health? Because if the answer is yes, okay, go in that direction. If it's no, then don't go in that direction. If you come to us at the Training Toole, we are positive people. We love to help. We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to be a part of our tribe. I get the most compliments from almost everybody who walks in our door of how nice and kind our people are. From our tribe members, that's everybody that's our members, and my team, because we love people and we want to help. So it can be very scary. It's so scary when you're trying to make a change and you feel like you may not look like everybody else in there. You might not know what to do with the equipment. That's why coming to us is beautiful, because we're going to give you that guidance, and it's going to be non-judgmental because we're here to help. We want to coach you. So when you come in and you tell us what you want to work on and what those changes need to be, we're going to take you through a process that is going to help you get there slowly, surely, and to make sure that you stay safe injury-free, and that you're doing it in a positive environment.
Wow, this has been amazing sitting down with
Thanks,
you
Jay.
right now. Your energy, I love it so much. Being around positive people can literally change your outlook in life.
Yes,
right?
it can.
You change the state of someone's being by just having this radiate energy and positive perspective in life. Not too many people have that. A lot of people are hurting and being challenged in life, which we all are. So your message and your presence, I think, is beautiful. What you're doing, your contribution to the world, it's well needed.
Thank you.
And as long as you're not faking it, and because there's too many out there, and I always call the obvious, so that's why I state that. So before we head out, where can people find you?
We are all over social media. Please like our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on YouTube. You can find us everywhere. And our website is www.thetrainingtoole.com. Remember, there's an E on the end of that tool.
Well, thank you. Thank you again for sharing this time and sharing your story. I look forward to seeing more of you and hearing more of you online and everything that you do. And thank you guys for watching. If you watched, the whole episode, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a nice comment, and make sure you follow Amber Toole on her journey and what she has going on.
Well, Jay, thank you so much for having me. I loved being here, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Absolutely. Well, thank you to Locala, podcast, the team, for inviting me and having me do this. It's been an honor and pleasure. I'm always here to support them. And again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're actually going to add the description and the links to everything on here below. You can find us at www.localamag.com.